Alrighty, y'all, welcome back. So I'm out here at like an old cemetery. If you can read that, Ashland Ne Bitov. I don't know what that says, honestly. But Google Maps told me this is the Bohemian National Cemetery. Whatever that's supposed to mean. It doesn't look like there's honestly that many graves out here, but some of them do look pretty old. Oh, there's actually one right here. Some of the headstones have fallen over. Right here. Looks like all the writing was on the other side of this one. But check that out. I don't even know what that says. This one, it says 1848 to 1899. It's made out of metal. That one doesn't even have any writing. I guess maybe it's on the other side. But there's an old headstone here. That one's laying down too. Or maybe it's just been worn away so much. I feel like that's probably laying down. Some giant mushrooms. These things are huge. Size of my hand. Guessing these might be children's graves or something. Yeah, born March 7th, 1906, died July 20th, 1906, age 4 months. Ooh, just fell in a hole. There's another one, age 1 month, 10 days. 1844 to 1912. Yeah, some of these are pretty old. (1944), 1950. Another one, 1950. American Legion member. Chmelka. So it's a little family plot. If you've been watching long enough, I do find these old cemeteries really interesting, and this one is just like, it's behind a cornfield. You would never know it's here. There's no signage on the road or anything like that, so it's kind of interesting. It's another couple, like, I don't think that headstone's supposed to be right there, but Katerina Kuma, 1848 to 1902. Yeah, a lot of these are pretty old. There's another one with just like a little stone here. 1882. I don't know what kind of writing that is. Born 1850, died 1881. 1815, 1881. 1818 to 1881. Josefina Pasil. Yeah, and some of these are just broken, beyond repair. Like, I don't think you can't even read what was on any of that. Yeah, it was another child, 1907 to 1909, Elsie. And some of these, like, they don't even put a last name on it unless it was up here. But it's so old, you can't read any of it. There's another one. Dolezal. $18.92. But yeah, you can't read any of that. It says something down here. Bruno, Nebraska. I wonder how many graves are out here that are kind of unmarked at this point, or so overgrown that the headstones are just in the ground. Yeah, it's sad to see, but there was something on the top of that. 1914 and 1918, so it looks like two people for this one, Joseph and Frantiska. This guy was 42. Looks like he died in 1915. 11 Dub. I don't know what month that is. If any of you guys know, let me know in the comments. It's interesting. Yeah, and there's another one. Like, there's obviously, and that's not the same name as what's on this one. So obviously that's just out here somewhere. There's a Matasek. 1900 infant. You can barely see it on the top. It says infant. Son of Joseph and I think Anna or yeah, Amra. Yeah, I'm curious how many more are out here. Oh, there's one on the ground. Oh, it's a couple more that these have like the ring around them. Bessie, Matasak, and Joseph Reslandek. There's no dates on these. No idea how old it would be. You can just see the outline right there. There's more Mataseks, 1910. Yeah, there's a bunch of them out here. Yeah, you find some of these like in your area or whatever, you can kind of get a grasp on when people are there, you know. Since I'm in the middle of the country, people moved, you know, across the country or whatever. So it gives you a general idea of when people were in the area. So it's interesting to see, yeah, and that the sign over the entrance is odd. Like, odd to me just because I don't know what it says. Looks like there was an old outhouse over here. Gotta check it out just to check it out. It's definitely worse for wear. I don't think we'll be using that anytime soon. If you dug that out, you'd probably find some interesting stuff in the bottom of that thing. There's a couple of channels that I watch. I can't remember the names of them off the top of my head, but they'll do that. They'll find old outhouses or like areas where businesses were at way back in the day, and then they'll search around and they'll find like where the outhouse pit was, and they'll start digging it up. And you know, depending on where it was at, they find bottles and, you know, all sorts of pottery and random things in these outhouse pits. But corn's getting pretty tall around here. It's way over my head. That's 7 or 8 foot at least. I'm 6, but let's get hopped in the van, go find ourselves a spot to camp. Yeah, I dig these old cemeteries, and the thing is, like, I don't even know if I want to be buried. I don't know if I'd want to be buried. I think I would prefer to be cremated and have my ashes spread. But it's a little bit morbid to think about either way. All right, let's see what we can find. All right, we found ourselves a spot. Not exactly level, but that's fine. I guess I do have leveling blocks with me. I've never even taken them out of the box, but not really a campground. It's just a parking lot up here, but camping is permitted. And as you can see, there's a lake down there, but it is super overgrown. I'm not about to walk through any of that right now. It'd be super itchy if I did that. But we're chilling. Got a bathroom. Not the most beautiful spot, but that view is nice. I'll be able to hang out and enjoy this. Not too shabby. Should probably refrain from leaving my doors open all night just because of the bugs, but I guess we don't need that. It's nice to just get out to a spot like this where there's nobody else. Just be able to sit and relax. Listen to the birds. Not worry about a thing. You can hang out, little dude. He's getting pretty dang close. Guy did show up and he hiked down through all that junk and he's fishing down there. I guess I'm not as hardcore as homie over here, but it is what it is. Yeah, little rabbit. Want me to get the fire going, little dude? Or are you gonna be scared of that? Oof. Got crusty from last time I used it. It was raining. Or it got rained on in the middle of the night. birch. Got the old reliable, but picked up a funky drink. We'll sip on this. So this is a strawberry orange zombie brain juice. It's so disgusting, totally gross soda. Always ask for Avery's. Out of New Britain, Connecticut. It's kind of interesting. The label caught my eye. Figured I'd give this a try. Don't drink a lot of regular soda anymore. It's got sugars in it. Yeah, it's got a lot of sugar. Pop always has a lot of sugar in it. It's really good though. Don't give me a sugar rush. Well, the guy in the car that was fishing, he left. He was here for a couple hours. Said he didn't catch anything. You enjoying the fire? He's staring right at it. Beautiful porta potty in the background. Yeah, he's like super close. Just sit here for long enough. I heard him rustling behind me and I turned around and that's when he hopped out to right over here. He was right behind me. Alrighty, y'all. I spent entirely too long just sitting out there staring at the fire, and I lost all my light, so I'm just gonna cook in here tonight. Alright, so I grabbed my bigger cast iron. This is the Lodge. If you guys have been following along for a while, you know I sanded the bottom of this out so it's smooth. We're going to use that. Should get my table out. Probably should get my table out too. Reach it wherever it's at. There we go. And we are going to make some chili cheese quesadillas. I gotta remember how to set this thing up ever. See that? Yep. All right, grab our little cooker here. Leave that guy turn. So we got some extra room. Smart enough to turn that thing down to 600 watts. So I got some chili in the P.O. box, and it's been a while since I received it. It didn't really need to be in here, but it's a can of Stag chili, Laredo chili with beans, and it's got a blend of green chilies and jalapenos in it. So I was looking for some recipes, like, hold on, let me give you a little more light. What to do with chili. Instead of just cooking chili, I've made chili dogs. I've done like foil wrapped baked chili dogs. I think I've put chili on a burger. I've done a few different things with chili, but I was kind of looking around, and this is a recipe that came up, was to make chili cheese quesadillas. And it's really simple. You just need chili and cheese. I did grab some sour cream. So we're just gonna mix the chili and the cheese together and slap it on a tortilla here and make a quesadilla. Got a little bit of oil, and we'll need some sliverware. I think that's about all we'll need out of there. I suppose I could get my plate out just in case I want to use it. But it should be a fairly simple recipe. I like to try simple stuff, not only because it's nice to not have to bring a ton of ingredients with, but also simple things that are easy for you guys to replicate. So let's just get into this. Don't know if that whole can of chili is going to fit in that bowl. Probably not. Maybe we'll have to dirty this guy up. Now, could you just dump the chili right into the tortilla and then sprinkle cheese on top? Absolutely, you could do that. But I think it'll be better if we mix it together. I want to kind of make it thick. I don't know how thick this chili is. I have never had this chili before. Set that there for now. You know, a thicker chili is going to work better for this. Definitely going to be enough for a couple of them. I heard some raccoons fighting in the trees back there. Glad they didn't come my way. Get a big old handful of cheese. We just got regular old Colby Jack. We want these nice and cheesy. So that was probably a little bit much. This is another thing, you could add different stuff in there. Had the chili not had jalapenos with it, or chilies in it, I probably would have grabbed some stuff like that to put in there, but get this all mixed up. Suppose while that's going, we can preheat our pan here. But a quesadilla is supposed to be good and cheesy. Right? Am I right? Somebody tell me I'm wrong. Suppose I could fold this up like a burrito, but you need it to be thin enough so that it heats up the chili. Since we're not pre-cooking that, you know. And there we go. Nice and thick.
Oh, I can thick.
Probably don't need much oil or anything in here, but we'll dump a little bit of oil in the pan. Just so it doesn't stick. That was probably too much oil. And we're not level here. I grabbed this pan because these are pretty big, so it's going to take up the whole pan. And get yourself a good amount on there. Probably enough for 2 of them. That is going to be a thick quesadilla. It's probably a bit much. I bet you could make 3 of them out of this. Fold her in half. It's going to be messy. There we go. Do got a spatula. One of the other things I was looking for something to do with chili, and I didn't realize it was a thing, and I was this close to doing it. Well, actually, we'll probably have to try it sometime. I guess it's normal in, I think it said Cincinnati, is chili on spaghetti. And I love spaghetti, and it sounds, to me, that sounds like a great recipe, but let's see if we can flip this guy without making too much of a mess. Ooh, would you look at that? Cecilia's dinners I get excited for, but I'm excited to see what this one tastes like. Oh yeah, that's done. All right. Shut that guy off. Can we get it out of here? Oh, not too bad. Look at all of that melty in there. See all that? I'm gonna try to get that out of there. The smell of that. That is good. Don't go on the floor. We're just gonna leave that how it is. All right. Doesn't look fancy, but you don't need it to look fancy. You need it to taste good. This is going to be one that's going to be messy to eat, that's for sure. You can tell my van's on an angle here. I'm going to have to, I usually sleep with my head that way. I'm going to have to sleep the other direction tonight. Down where my stinky old feet have been. But I do wash my sheets. Alright. Go in for a bite of this. Steaming a bit. That, my friends, is an A-class camp dinner in my opinion. And that chili is cooked. That is great. That is great. Just gonna go in with the sour cream on the top there. There's a stupid fly in here. You're gonna meet your demise. Oh, I really don't want to spill that on my floor. I might do it if I'm not careful. We've got the zapper. So this thing has a stand. I think I can just turn it on. Get away from my stuff. You get away. Can I get him? Got him! There is another one in here though. Where are they all coming from? Well, I got one. We're just gonna set this guy up somewhere. You get away from that. No, you get away from that too, man. It came out of the woodwork. I didn't hit him that time. Get it away from my food. I don't know if you guys can even see that. There's no great place to put it in here right now. But we got the old zapper. So they're supposed to be attracted to that kind of ultraviolet light on there. We'll see. I suppose if I had the lights off in here and that was the only light, they'd probably go for it. But... Alright. Finish eating my dang old quesadilla. But that is so good. If you use the thicker chili, I think Hormel has like a chili that's like specifically for chili dogs or one of those types of chilies. They're usually much thicker. That may be like a slightly better choice. But the cheese, all the cheese didn't help the messiness either. Waiting for that fly to fly into this thing over here. Well, this isn't a quesadilla that you can eat with your hands. But it's absolutely a quesadilla worth trying. Oh! Was that the fly though? I don't think it killed him. I don't see any bug down here. I feel like he just got zapped and didn't get him. I didn't even leave my doors open. I closed my window, yeah. I always drive around with that little triangle window open. So I have a tendency to leave that open when I park at camp. And that can lead to negative results also. But everything is closed. Alright. I am absolutely going to make another one of those. But I'll see you guys when I'm done with that. Grab my tablet. See if I can actually watch the movie that I was going to watch on the last video with the storm. I remember right, it was called Now You See Me, I think. I'll have to look. Yeah, Now You See Me. I got like 2 minutes into it at best, not even that far, 30 seconds into it. So it's about like a group of magicians, and they're like stealing money from rich people and giving it to their audience, and it's got a bunch of famous people in the movie, like a bunch of really good actors. So I'm gonna sit back and watch this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go this way today.
Closer. Because the more you see, the easier it'll be to fool you. You're going to flip through this deck. I want you to see one card, not this one. That's too obvious. Pay close attention. That was too fast. I'll do it again. Are you ready? Okay.
I do really like this little tablet stand, man. It works nice.
Did you see one? Yes.
I like it even set it on the bed, right? Hold up.
That's because you're looking too closely. What have I been telling you all night? The closer you look, the less you see.
Hey, that's almost even better, dude. That's as low as it'll go. Could be a hair lower, but I dig that.
If you can get this bill from me, you can have it.
Well, good morning, y'all. Slept great in here. It was a beautiful night. Oh. It's almost 9 o'clock in the morning. That's probably the latest I've slept in a while. Birds are chirping. Oh. I feel like I could sleep for a couple more hours, actually. Oh, man. Oh, somebody else is here. Oh. There we go. Now you can see me. It was a good movie last night. Twists and turns till the very end, man. Till the very end. I did not see that coming. I guess that kind of goes along with the title. There is 2 of them. I have the second one downloaded, so I'm gonna have to watch that. I'll probably honestly watch it at home tonight, just so it's all fresh in my memory. But Now You See Me, that is a movie I would recommend. Like, there's definitely some fantasy to it, you know what I mean, the way things work out, but it was pretty good, and great actors. Well, the old bug zapper worked. I don't know if you can see it. There's some down there. There's a couple up there. I'll have to get those cleaned up. Probably some on the floor, but this thing could use a vacuum anyways. Should have grabbed my little electric water heater out of the truck. But I did not. Don't need any of these lights out anymore. Or this fan, really. Oh, I've got some oatmeal in here. Man, do I have any of my peanut butter with me? I don't think so. I think I took that out of here a while back. No. I have peanut butter. I put it on in this. I got some Quady oatmeal power cup. It's like a protein oatmeal, 14 grams of protein in here. Should be decent. I probably won't even need that much for the oatmeal, but Clog.
That's good. Wonder if they just add some protein powder to oatmeal. I don't know how else they would get it in there. I suppose that's something you could easily do at home too.
Smells fresh out here. Like, smell all the greenery in the lake. Just smells good, man. Yeah, I really wish this spot had better access. There is a little road on the other side where there's a boat ramp, and I suppose I could have parked over there, but there was a truck over there when I showed up yesterday, and like this morning, obviously somebody showed up with a boat, so this is the more chill side. But even over there, there's like maybe 100 feet of lakefront you can really access. Yeah, I don't know what you'll be able to see, but the whole thing is just tree line. But it's nice. So very nice. Well, a nice relaxing evening compared to the storm in the tent for the last video. Although you guys love that stuff. It was definitely nice to just have a chill evening. I enjoyed this one. That cemetery was really interesting, you know. Seeing stuff like that, especially there's no markers or nothing. Like some of the markers had English, I guess some of the headstones, but you know, the graveyard thing was in a different language. There was no signage anywhere. And when you turned off the highway, you literally looked like you were turning into a cornfield. There was no signage on the highway anywhere, so that one was cool to find. Another thing I just found looking around on Google Maps, and it was interesting. But yeah, dinner was tasty, man. I'd highly recommend that. And you know, obviously you could doctor that up and put different things in there, toss some onions in or whatever. But that was a great simple little meal to make. And the movie was good, man. And overall, it was a beautiful night, low temperatures. I think it's gonna get back up into the 90s today. So I was glad I got out while it was still cool. But I'm just gonna close this one out here, y'all. As always, stay tuned for the next adventure. I'll see you in a bit.